And hats off to my first guest. Miriam Pearl is back. She's the owner and recipe developer of Delicious Without Gluten. And we're talking Passover today, just around the corner, right?
Absolutely.
We're a week away,
We're
right?
actually super late. I mean, we have a, what do you call it, when you skip a year? A leap year.
Oh, yeah, it's a leap year.
So
that's right.
actually,
oh, yeah,
usually
so
it's
that's
Easter
right.
Passover. But
Right.
Passover is this Monday night.
Yeah.
Monday night and Tuesday night are our Seders, which is where
yeah,
the whole family gets
it's
together.
April 22nd. Yeah,
Yes.
sorry. Yeah,
yes,
you're right.
Yes.
Okay.
And on Passover, obviously, you know, we recreate the whole getting out of Egypt as slaves into, you know, trying to get out of there on time before Pharaoh says, you know, come back, I'm going to take you back.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we went away with unleavened bread.
Right.
So everything is kind of flat. There's nothing, there's no like yeast bread.
Yeah.
It's all like flat stuff and it's
Like
dry.
lots of crackers. Yeah.
So for Passover, we like to make things obviously with a lot of eggs because
Right.
eggs like whip things up.
Yeah.
And then you get a lot of stuff that's kind of just flat.
Yeah.
And dry.
You're not wrong. My best friend growing up, Gary Fields, he and his family do it, and I remember eating matzah brai, right? And gefilte fish, which is like the gray ball of fish, which is actually quite delicious. But when you look at it, you go, Gary, I don't know, man. I'm here to help you celebrate, but that looks, I don't know. And it was fantastic.
We're actually going to do two different things.
Okay.
The first one, we're going to do an assembly for making a dessert. So
Okay.
this is something that you can use, Passover, not Passover. It's the kind of thing that you can whip up at home. I have all the recipes of the different parts of this recipe on my website. So
Okay.
we start off with a brownie with a dry cake.
Yeah.
With some
We
coffee
moisten it
syrup.
up, though, later.
With
Don't worry,
coffee,
everybody.
With coffee, because this is called a tiramisu-ish cake.
Okay.
And then we have the whipped cream, and I topped it off by using matzah covered with some chocolate and some caramel.
Nice.
Okay.
Gary, where was this when I celebrated with you?
So I'm going to show you how to assemble.
Okay.
So I don't know if you know how to make one of these.
I do not.
Okay. So basically, you take some parchment paper, and we actually draw this like this.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then we cut around it, and then try to let it sit inside so that all the corners are done. And the
Gotcha.
reason I have these little things here is because after we have to freeze it so it all melds together.
Okay.
And then once it's frozen, then we take it all out like this.
You see?
See?
You're brilliant.
So that's
This is
the
why I
first-
have you on the show.
That's
she
the
knows
first
what
thing.
she's talking about, unlike me.
So
All
we
right.
have the Passover brownie on the bottom, and I have
Okay.
a recipe. This is amazing. It's very, very dense and
Yeah.
nice. And basically, we want to fill the bottom with brownie.
Okay.
So I sort of sliced it in half. Usually, it's this twice as thick.
Okay.
But I'm going to cut it up so that it fits. It doesn't have to be perfect, and
Right.
even if you have extra spaces, you can like take pieces and like just
Stuff
press
it
it
in?
down.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
I like that.
Not to
Just
worry.
Pretend it's like Play-Doh.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a
then
little, what is this, maple syrup?
So this is our coffee syrup.
Oh, this is
it's
the coffee.
tiramisu, remember?
Yes, yes.
Stay with
I'm
it.
with you.
Okay, just checking. So what we're gonna do is moisten it up, right? Because you want coffee flavor.
Right.
It's just basically simple syrup, which is half water, half sugar, and then added some
Added some
coffee.
coffee, okay.
Instant coffee.
Gotcha.
Okay. So now we're going to do the same thing with the cake. So this is a cake that I buy every year. You can get it in different flavors.
Okay.
And if you have a cake that you want to make, that's also fine.
Right.
I just kind of like it fits, right? So I like that.
Oh, yeah, nice.
And so, and you can, I'm using a small one right now, but you can use
like the
a
marbling on
circular,
that, yeah.
you can use whatever you want.
Right, you can use any kind of
As long
pan.
as it's dry, but you can pretty much, you know that it's dry when it's Passover.
I guess it's important, too, that you
So-
have something deep like this, right?
Yes.
You don't want to use
and the
a shallow...
higher that you have, like if you have one of those big round deep ones,
yeah.
you can just pile it up
Oh,
there.
sweet.
But you need the flaps, otherwise, and then get
Keep the
out.
flaps, friends.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Or you can just use it like a trifle if you wanted.
Right, okay, yeah.
So then we're going to go back and do this, but I'm not going to pour it in this time. I'm actually going to just like...
So you don't want to soak it completely? Is that
You
the
want
reason?
to soak it as much as you
Okay,
can, but if you
okay.
do too much, then Passover stuff is like made out of potato starch. It'll
I see.
disintegrate.
Oh. We don't want that. Let it
Oh, we don't
disintegrate
want that.
in your stomach, not in the pan.
Exactly.
Oh, gotcha.
So now we put our whipped cream inside.
Oh man, this is
And
so good.
then we're gonna pile on a second layer.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this kind of fast because, you know, whatever. There we go. And then I'm gonna take the second
you're
one.
doing another layer of cake. I gotcha.
Yeah,
All
another
right.
layer of cake. We finished with the brownie. So another layer of cake,
Okay.
and you can sort of, you know, tighten it all up and
Yeah.
again. You do this again, and then you put on the whipped cream one more time,
Okay.
and then we can decorate. So at this point, once the actual whipped cream is on the top, you're gonna stick it into the freezer,
Okay.
and you're gonna let it all settle. And then once it's already finished, then you can just whip it out like this.
Yeah.
You're gonna like
looks so
lift
good.
it, you know, see it lifts up.
Yes.
Okay.
That is
and then,
brilliant.
Yeah, and I took this one over here just to show you what it looks like inside.
Right.
So you could make
Look at
like
that.
a very long one. I was gonna put 2 of them. And then what I did is I took some Passover, you know, gluten-free matzah.
Yeah.
So these are the cake and that's the, you know,
this is the cake you
yeah,
used.
that's the
Okay.
cake. And so, yeah, it doesn't matter which cake. You
Yeah,
can,
I know. It's just
buy a
nice to
cake.
see that you can
It's
cheat,
great that
you know, you don't have to do a
exactly,
homemade
because if you
one.
bring that home and then you're going to serve that for a big dinner, it's like, not so nice.
Yeah.
So
You've cheated. You've
I
cheated your
cheated.
family
The whole
and friends.
thing is a big cheat.
Right.
But then what you're going to do is you're going to make the matzah with the caramel and all
Right.
the drizzle and your chocolate like this, and then you break it off and you put it on the top. And then you do that
and
last minute.
that's after you've taken it out of the
Yeah, 'cause
freezer.
then this will just get soggy.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So that's our Passover recipe that actually you can bring to whether it's Passover or not Passover, but it just really helps a lot of people because
no kidding.
it's really hard to make a Passover dinner with
Well,
you
and
know, nice
especially a
dessert
dessert
and stuff like
can be tough.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But this, I mean,
pretty
listen,
easy.
this would wow your guests, man.
It tastes really good, I have to say.
No, I can
because,
smell how good it
yeah, because it's
tastes.
the coffee that really does that. But if you don't like coffee, you can certainly do a simple syrup, or you can do a chocolate syrup, or
Okay.
you can like use your imagination. Let's say you don't like chocolate and you want to do like a strawberry one.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
you can
An
use like
orange
vanilla
or
cake with a
yeah.
strawberry jam inside. You know, like use your imagination.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You're sticking around for another segment. What are we doing for the next segment?
we're gonna be
Are we
doing-
doing egg rolls?
Yes.
Oh my
yes,
gosh.
we're making
I love
Passover egg rolls.
Okay.
Unheard of.
They're unheard of,
Unheard
ladies and
of.
gentlemen.
Yes.
Miriam Pearl, delicious without gluten, back with some homemade egg rolls right after this. Hey, welcome back to the show. If only you could see the craziness that goes on between segments here. Miriam Pearl back here, owner, recipe developer of Delicious Without Gluten. We won't tell them what was
Not
going
telling
on
what's
here, okay?
happening.
Let's just
No.
pretend everything runs smoothly on this
That's
show.
right. That's
All right. We're doing some homemade egg rolls, something I have never done before.
So what happened was I was just in my kitchen trying to make an egg roll, and I realized I was using cassava flour and tapioca flour, and it's grainless, right?
Right.
Paleo, that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So all of a sudden, I went to the store for Passover to get all my groceries, and I saw a cassava flour kosher for Passover, and I thought,
Perfect.
what a great idea.
Okay.
So I'm going to run through this very fast because we have a lot to do.
Grain-free flour alternative. Okay.
Yes. So
Gotcha.
what we're going to do is actually put in 100. We're doing like 100 grams. I made this recipe so it's like 100 grams of this and 100
Okay.
grams of that. So I have 100 grams of the cassava flour and 100 grams of the tapioca flour.
Okay.
And actually 100 grams of the sweet potato.
Oh,
Okay, so
okay.
you might think, oh, sweet potato.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird,
kind
right?
of unusual for
It's a little
baking.
funky, yeah.
But not for my friend Miriam Pearl.
No. So
Okay.
basically, we have to add some water. The reason why you have this sweet potato in there is because otherwise it would be a white egg roll wrapper.
Oh, I see. So this is really just for color?
And no, because
little
we use a
flavor
lot
too,
of
I guess.
yes, and also it's a little bit sweet, right?
Oh yeah,
sweet
of course.
flavor.
Hence the sweet potato name.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I'm
It's
catching
got a
up to
little
you.
flavor. I forgot to add some salt. So it's the two different flours plus some salt and some water. That's
And
it.
I guess the water is just until you get your right consistency. You don't necessarily have a
Exactly.
perfect measurement of
I
that.
do actually. It's 200 ml. I
Okay,
didn't put it
okay.
all in because I was worried like if it's too much.
Gotcha.
So I'm just going slowly.
Okay.
So basically all I'm doing is making the dough.
Okay.
Okay. The dough is going to look like this, and I usually refrigerate the dough when I'm not, when I feel like making it, I'll
Right.
make it. But this is a
How
very
long would it last in the refrigerator? Like a week?
not that long
No? Okay,
because
okay.
it's sweet potato is watery. and then it'll get a little bit watery.
Yeah.
So we're pretty done.
Okay.
That's it.
That's pretty simple.
Pretty simple.
I can do that.
So I actually need a little space here.
Okay.
I brought some things to fill our wrapper, so you keep that over there.
You got it.
And I stuck my sweet potato just to show you that that's what it is. But
right.
what we're going to do is, usually I would just like knead it and roll it, and then measure about 55 to 60 grams.
Okay.
Little balls like that.
Oh yeah, because you got your little scale there, right?
Yeah,
if you have a scale,
exactly. I brought that. But you know, we'll see if we have time.
Yeah. Okay.
So, so yeah, we don't have everything that I need here. So I think I'm going to put on. I'm missing a brush, but here.
There it is.
I have a brush here.
Yeah,
Look at that,
good.
handy dandy, saved by the bell.
Okay.
So I'm going to actually put on some olive oil.
Okay.
Onto both sides. Now it's an egg roll, right? It'll get
So
fried,
you can buy
possibly.
these rounds of parchment paper.
Yeah.
I've never seen those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, usually what I do is I take a larger one. So sorry about that. I usually take a bigger one because I like to have extra room to pick it up.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Makes sense.
But I'm just using this one for now.
Yeah.
And you put your little ball in the center, and then you put another parchment paper, which I just covered the parchment paper. Go, Miriam, go.
Listen, Miriam, it's live television.
I'm telling you, it's been a day. It's been a day.
We're not doing surgery here.
So,
it's just television. No one's going to get injured.
I just really want people to see how easy this is.
Yeah.
The whole reason why we're putting this oil on, and I'm using, have you ever used a tortilla maker?
No, I love this.
So this is like a cast iron one, like you just actually press and it's like already done. So my little ball in 2.5 seconds.
Boom.
Boom.
Nice.
Okay. So I put a lot of oil because I don't really want to, you want to get it as thin as possible. You don't want an egg roll wrapper to be thick.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And you can use a rolling pin and like continue rolling it, but see how it slides off?
Oh, that's nice, yeah.
Okay, so I actually warmed up this frying pan that you see it's kind of smoking. So let's kind of like reduce that.
Okay.
And you just kind of put it on.
It's pretty simple. All right.
So I'm actually going to just take the paper off and slide it right off like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's easy.
So that's like the whole thing. Basically, we're going to wait a few minutes.
Okay.
Well, not a few minutes, but like a minute or whatever. And we're going to flip it over.
Okay.
Actually have a spatula.
That'll be helpful.
That'll be very helpful because I was wondering where it was.
Listen, if it doesn't work out, it's okay, right? It turns into a viral video.
Exactly,
right?
exactly. And I'll just show you over here, which I didn't get a chance to set up. I use the parchment paper, and I make them, and then I layer them.
And then you keep them so that they stay separated.
Them warm,
yeah.
And then I actually freeze them.
Okay.
I can, because I simply have to freeze it and then warm it up in the microwave, and it's very pliable.
Okay.
So I will show you that in a second. So you see what there, it has like a little bit of translucency. That's because it's not fully baked.
Okay.
And then this is when I just stuck it in the microwave.
All right.
And you can see from frozen that as I just put all of them on, see, they're all pliable again.
Yeah, and that's what you need, right? Because you want to do the perfect roll.
Exactly.
Right.
So now we're going to put this on the side.
Okay.
Because I'm going to show you how to bake the wrapper.
Let's do it.
Let's go. So on your side, please.
Sure. Yeah.
And we need the tortilla. Okay, so it's good enough.
You've got chef hands, obviously.
All right, so there we go. So we're gonna, it's okay, it's good.
It's okay.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually stick on this
all right.
filling. So
do you have these recipes on your website?
I do.
Okay,
I do.
deliciouswithout.com, by the way, before I forget.
And before we run out of time.
Well, we're about 45 seconds away from it, so that's fine.
Okay. I'm just gonna roll it over.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna put, the two ends like this. And then roll it around.
And you're ready.
That's it. Now, when you're finished that's exactly like it is over there, you see?
Yeah.
And then you can either fry it, you can stick it in the air fryer during the year if you want.
Oh, okay,
so that
that's
actually
a great
is
idea.
very good.
Yeah.
Or you can just eat it. My kids like it just like this, honestly, like a wrapper.
Right.
And then you can dip it with your sauce, and then you can also put some oil in the pan and then fry them.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Just not too much, right? Because you want it. I know, but I guess you could a little bit of crunchy. Yeah.
But inside here was just very simple. I just put in some coleslaw, like a bag of coleslaw, a bag of carrots, some coriander, some onions, and whatever. And then you can put chicken inside and whatever else you want.
Miriam, always a pleasure. Happy Passover to you and your family, and to you at home. We'll be back with more daytime right after this. Don't go anywhere.
All right.